swooped in after I said the last good morning. May I wish you a very good morning and welcome to Seed Jobs for Life training series. Yeah. Thank you so much for being here. You are a wonderful team of people. I've seen you all in action. I've seen you warm up with Kavita and team. Aren't they great?
Yes.
Yeah? Isn't Erudite Academy and Unita just great? Yeah? Okay, good. This is just the first of many more exercises and activities that we're going to have with you. And this is why it is important that we have everyone here from the get-go, so that we can share with you everything that we want to impart to help you in your journey to find your dream job or to start your dream business. And we're giving you a bit of both because, you know, today I talk to my own children. I have children who are what you call Gen Y, so I guess they are in your age group. And they say, Mom, you know, not all of us want to be working for people. And I said, why? You know, why? Because, you know, like, they have jobs now. But then they said, look, we always dream of having our own business because you have your own business, Papa has his own business, you guys have been running your own businesses since we can remember, and we want to do the same thing. So obviously they come from a family where the father is an engineer, the mother is a lawyer, but we don't practice law and we don't practice engineering, but we run businesses. Sheila Hari Krishnan over there. Sheila, give a shout out for Sheila. Sheila is a lawyer. She's a lawyer, she has a law practice, that's what we call her day job. But Sheila is so passionate about healthcare and the health business that she's also into healthcare marketing and healthy lifestyle. So she's got a side business going on. Kim Fong over here. Kim Fong, give a shout to Kim Fong. Kim Fong.
College dropout.
No. Now, hers is a story worth telling, and I'm not going to steal her thunder because at some stage we're going to have her up here at some point in time. But just to give you a sneak preview about this wonderful lady, she came from Singapore with nothing other than the clothes she had on when she came to Malaysia. Correct?
Yep.
She had nothing. She came, she was prepared to do any job, start any business, sell any product, just to survive, just to have food to eat, a place to sleep. I think at some stage you actually slept in your car, right?
I did.
Exactly. So, guys, we could make a movie out of her life at some stage, yeah? But we'll get there. But she today is the owner of very successful businesses. She's had wellness businesses, a spa business, she's had a business working with a Swiss skincare company to create brand new skincare products using ingredients and scientists from Switzerland, but using products that are environmentally friendly and that are totally natural. And I can say, she's not paying me for this, by the way, and this is not a commercial, right? But I am one of her customers, and I can say that I used to have a lot of pimples. You would be surprised, a lady of my age having so many pimples. My face had more pimple marks than somebody who had chicken pox. But when I went to Kim Fong, 10 years ago, was it Kim Fong? I had a terrible looking face. But after 2 months of being a very good customer and going for treatment and using the products, I had no more pimples. For that, I'm eternally grateful to this lady. So, you know what? We were Soroptimists. We came together to serve, but, you know, to do things for society. But the next thing you know, I was a customer. She was treating my pimples, and I felt so much happier because can you imagine having to pile on so much makeup on your face just to hide your pimples? That's terrible, isn't it? And not having the confidence to have a naked face and go around because people would see how your skin looked like. So this is just an example of a woman who came with nothing and made something out of her life. And you know, guys, before you leave us this program in 12 weeks' time, I want to see you guys have something that you want to go out and do in the world. You know, whatever it is, whatever's your passion. We have the speakers like exemplary, award-winning, best-selling author Shireen Kamaluddin here to share her wisdom, her excitement, her passion, and to help you get to where you want to go. So for now, let me just walk you through what you're going to experience with us over the next few weeks. Yeah? This is a commitment not just for today, but for the following Saturdays. But before you are totally convinced to stay this journey with us, because I know there will be so many temptations, distractions, maybe even feeling tired, feeling lazy, feeling weak, feeling bored, and you think, is it all worth it? Should I just keep coming every Saturday and hang out with this bunch of people and this enthusiastic bunch of ladies who want to help us? Let me just share with you what's in store for you, yeah? Because at the end of the day, the decision is yours. And guys, this is your life. Okay, Kim Pong? The first slide, if you can see, is our theme, which is what SEED stands for, yeah? And that's why the spelling is with 3 E's, because people will be thinking, why these Soroptimist can't even spell properly, yeah? What is this SEED with 3 E's? So, SEED with 3 E's is Soroptimist, educate, empower, enable, dream jobs for life, yeah? Okay, who are we? Who are we and what do we do? Now, I've got 4 organizations up here. First of all, let me introduce you to our organization, Soroptimist International. Soroptimist International Club of Petaling Jaya, which is where Kim Pong, myself, Sheila, Sharon Wong out there registering, and our wonderful team. There's loads more others who will be coming throughout the course of the series of training. Yeah, Soroptimist International is actually the world's largest women's service club organization. When you say service club, we operate as a club. That means we come together as volunteer members. We are women in profession or in our own business. Or sometimes we could also, there are members who were in business or were having profession, but maybe they are now taking time off because they are raising their family, but they have got some skills or talents or expertise they wish to share, so they can join our club. And we purely operate for programs to educate, empower, and enable women and girls. So you see here the 3 buzzwords we are using: educate, empower, and enable. And the men out there, don't panic when we say we're only here for women and girls. Yes, Soroptimist International is an organization that was founded in 1921 in California, USA, purely to educate and empower women and girls, because at that time you can imagine what life was like for women and girls around the world. And even till today, a lot of girls and women don't have the kind of opportunities that boys have. As you know, Malala, everybody knows Malala, right? Malala was nearly killed because all she wanted to do was go to school in Pakistan and get an education. So there are places in this world today where a girl cannot even go to school. Is not even allowed to go to school. There are places in Africa and in Asia where toilets are not built in schools. Why? Not because there's no money, because if you build toilets, girls will go to school. Does that make sense to you? Okay, let me explain. Boys, you know that you can go to any tree or any bush for toilet business, okay? For girls, it's a little bit more tricky. So, and then girls also, certain time of the month, they need more privacy when they have to go to the toilet. So this is a woman thing or a girl thing. When you don't have toilets in schools, it means you have to go to the bushes, to the forest, to wherever near your school to do your toilet business. 9 times, now seriously, this is not the statistics I'm making up. 9 times out of 10, when a girl goes to a bush, a forest, or a nearby river to do her toilet number 1 or number 2 business, she will be either raped, sexually abused, kidnapped, or something or other dangerous will happen to her. So because of that, a lot of girls will not go to school when they are teenagers for fear that something bad will happen to them.
So Soroptimist clubs around the world decided one surefire way of keeping a girl in school or keeping girls in school is to build toilets. So today, would you believe that there are Soroptimist clubs in Pakistan, in countries in Africa who are building toilets? All our job is to go and build toilets, and no, we don't physically go and build the toilets, but we make sure we collect money and fund the building of toilets in schools, and places for girls to wash and clean themselves up, the basic sanitary facilities just to keep girls in schools. So this is what Soroptimist does, but we do a whole lot of programs, and you're welcome to go to our website, our club website, sipj.org will tell you what our club does, and the world body, www.soroptimistinternational, all one word, very long word, soroptimistinternational.org, will give you the whole world view of what we do in 127 countries and territories. That's the number of countries that we have Soroptimist clubs. And Malaysia is one of the most dynamic countries of all, because Malaysian Soroptimist clubs are very, very active. And Petaling Jaya Club is one of the most active, and we have won world awards. So we even want to bid for a world award this year at the World Convention in Istanbul if Seed Jobs for Life is successful. So guys, help us win the world award, because if you are successful, we'll be successful. Can we do this?
Yes.
All right, we got a deal going here, right? Okay. Now, what does Soroptimist mean? Soro and Optima are Latin words. Soro means sister, Optima means best. So, sisters at our best. Or, the way the Americans say it, women at our best, helping other women and girls to achieve their best. So, what are we doing with guys in the room now, you're going to ask me? Okay, so this is where the next organization comes in, Agency Inovasi Malaysia. And there's something called Berbudi Berganda Challenge. So one morning, here am I having my morning coffee, and I read a little news statement in the papers by Dato' Mas Siew Keong, Minister in Prime Minister's Department, who says the Prime Minister's Office and Agency Inovasi Malaysia in particular are going to have a competition, a challenge, a social impact innovation challenge. They're going to invite bids from NGOs, non-government organizations, who can come up with a very creative or innovative project that can tackle one of three social problems, big social problem in the country. Number one, tackle youth unemployment. I thought, what? Social problem? My God, I thought Malaysia is an almost developed country. We have an educated workforce. We have highly talented, experienced, dynamic people. Is it a big problem? Here was I, thinking everything is fine. And then I found out really, really thousands and thousands of graduates out there with degrees and diplomas can't get jobs. And then there's a lot of foreign people who are coming here from Philippines, from India, from China, from everywhere, who are getting jobs. And we're not talking about jobs in restaurants as waiters or in the plantations, in oil palm plantations or what. No, there are jobs that you all are trained for. And so that was one. The second was to tackle homelessness. Apparently there's more and more people out there on the streets without homes. And that's why you have soup kitchens and things like that, right? And then the third area is elderly care. Thousands and thousands of grandmas and grandpas are now not being looked after by anybody. And tomorrow, all of us are going to be grandmas and grandpas. All of us may or may not be in that position. We hope none of us will ever be in that position. But we found out that there are so many elderly people who have no one to care for them. So that was the third sector. So of course, SI Club of Petaling Jaya, it was a no-brainer. We said we'll go for tackle youth unemployment. Why? Because we already had a very successful program called Youth Against Social Ills that we had been running in secondary schools from 2006 until about last year, where we would go into secondary schools around Selangor, and then later that program got funded to be replicated outside Selangor by the Ministry of Women, Family and Community Development. But all what we were really doing was going and sitting down and doing activities and programs with teenagers from the age of 14 right up till 17, how to tackle all the social challenges that they will face in their school environment, their neighborhood environment, and what have you. And I won't go too much into that, but that's where we're at. Now, I Am For You, who are they? They have been promoting this program among the youth in this country through social media, through their social network. Did any of you come here because of I Am For You? Can I have a show of hands? Anybody saw their Facebook promo or anything like that? No? Oh, you did? Okay, great. So at least we have some feedback that the I Am For You program actually works. So they have been helping us, and they're also going to be sending volunteers to help us during some of the subsequent Saturdays. They're fully booked out for the month of February, but in March and April they'll be here. And one of their directors, Niza, is an expert in time and stress management. So he's going to be one of the speakers later on that segment. His specialty is stress, handling stress and difficult situations, and particularly for young people. So he's going to be a great person to look out for. So, okay, let's move on to NCWO is National Council for Women's Organization, and they are also helping us to round up participants. In fact, we were expecting about 20 participants via NCWO, the National Council of Women Organization affiliates, and they have not shown up yet. So I don't know which hall they went to and where they are, but we hope they'll arrive at some point today. So, okay, what is success? That's my next slide. Everybody has their idea of success, right? What does success look like to you? If you closed your eyes, just close your eyes for 5 seconds and look at a situation that you envisage yourself in as being successful. Just imagine a place doing something that you consider what it means success to you. Okay, open your eyes. Now, if we look at all the inspirational gurus around the world, all the people who share messages to motivate and uplift around the world, all the, you know, you talk about Bob Proctor, Earl Nightingale, Robin Sharma, Deepak Chopra, Anthony Robbins, Shireen Kamaluddin, our best-selling author, who will tell me whether I'm right or wrong track. At the end of the day, every human being wants one or more of these things. If you are here today to be successful in your dream job or dream business, you can't get that alone just by dreaming about it or wanting it. You need all these in your life to happen for you too. Peace of mind. That's the first one. Everyone, no matter how rich or how poor, how healthy or how privileged or not, or lucky you are, you just want to have peace of mind, right? Okay. Peace of mind is not a given. It's a state of mind, and we will go into that. You will find that there will be speakers throughout the course of the 12 weeks who will touch at some point or other on how the human mind works. And then I will go into that a little bit too myself. But really, all the things you're going to achieve begin with how you think and how you feel. Now, health and energy. When you're young, when I was young, I took that as a given. I'm always going to be healthy, I'm always going to have energy, I'm always going to be doing 110% of the things I want to do. As has been predicted to me many a time, when you get older, it's not a given. And I was laughing when my grandparents and parents told me that, but you know what? That's something that you really value. So health and energy are important, and that means fitness, diet, eating the right food, exercising. So we will have a component in our training that will look at healthy lifestyle, healthy bodies, and healthy minds. Loving relationships. 85% of success you enjoy in life will be determined about how well you get along with other people. So a lot of our components of training are really about interpersonal skills, communication skills, how you work with people. You know, some of the exercises you did just now were to do with relationships. Trying to get the relationships going between all of you. Come on. I don't know how many of you actually knew each other before you walked into the room this morning. Maybe a couple of you may have studied in the same school or what. I'm not even sure here. Did anybody know anybody else in the room before you registered? Put your hand up if you did. No? So everybody made a new friend today or new friends today? That is fantastic. So there we are. We already started to build relationships, yeah? So relationships are important because even in the workplace, in your home, wherever you go, to succeed in life means to succeed in relationships. Financial freedom. Why did you come here looking for the recipe to find your dream job or dream business? Because you want financial independence, right? I mean, a lot of people in America today, North America, there is a new trend for young people in their 20s and 30s to actually stay at home and live with their parents because they can't afford to live by themselves. The recession has hit so bad in North America and now in Europe that a lot of parents who thought that they can use their retirement funds to go on cruises, to their dream holidays, or just, you know, have a great life. After working till 55 and 60, now find that they have to look after their sons and daughters who are living at home under their roof because their children can't afford to pay for a car, can't afford to pay for rent to live on their own, can't afford to even pay their credit card bills. Hey, why are they even having credit cards in the first place? Duh. Anyways, but this is what's happening, and we are here to help you to get financial freedom because that's one of the composites for you to measure yourself as being successful, that you're able to support yourself. So, worthy goals and ideals. What do you mean by that? Worthy goals and ideals gives you a sense of meaning and purpose, and Shireen will definitely go into that, so I'm not going to expand in that. I'm just giving you a flavor of what's going to unfold for you over the next few weeks. Self-knowledge. Self-knowledge is understanding yourself, why you do what you do. It's trying to attain personal fulfillment. We all have, just now I asked you to close your eyes and imagine yourself in a successful situation. Each of you will have that vision of what you see yourself as being successful. It may be similar to a couple of people in the room, it may be totally different. I don't need to know it, but that's the thought that you need to hold because that's the one that's going to help you walk through this journey with us. So then the key to success then is really understanding. Understanding what you want, understanding what you need to do to get what you want, and putting the effort to succeed. Next. There are all sorts of laws out there. Deepak Chopra has the 7 spiritual laws of success. Brian Tracy has the 7 mental laws, which I picked up because I'm actually trained in Brian Tracy method of succeeding in the workplace and in life. So I myself underwent very, very deep training in business coaching through the Brian Tracy School of Success. So I then therefore share with you the 7 mental laws in very, very quick, just a quick idea of what it's all about. The first one that we believe is everybody's mindset is governed by 7 mental laws. The first one is the law of control. What does that mean? Being in control. Okay. You feel good or positive about yourself to the degree in which you feel you are in control of your own life. Correct or not? Let me repeat that again. You feel good and positive about yourself to the degree to which you feel you're in control of your life. Or conversely, you feel negative about yourself to the degree in which you are not in control of some aspect of your life. For example, finances. Or for example, getting that job. You're applying and applying and applying and people don't reply to you. Your resume has gone all over the place. Nothing's happening. So you feel a lack of control because you've done your bit. But some third party out there is playing God and deciding whether to employ you or not. So that's really the law of control. Okay, control begins with your thoughts determine your feelings, and your feelings determine your actions. So speakers like Shireen and others who come along are going to go into greater detail to help you to shape how your worldview is and how you approach life. Then we have what we call the law of accident. You know what? There's a lot of people who wake up every morning, and more people in the world are like that. The law of accident is approximately what 80% of the population lives by. That means fly by the seat of my pants, go with the flow, see how today turns out. I just wake up, I just show up and see what these Soroptimist women are all about, whether this cause is worth it or not. Otherwise I just makan and chow lah, you know. So, okay, but then there's a lot of you who took the trouble. Maybe all of you are not in this category. Maybe you're that 20% who actually showed up here, you know. Maybe you're not those 80% accident cases, you know. So the 20% who actually are not in following the law of accident are the people who plan. Because failing to plan is planning to fail. So you've already planned. You read the write-ups. You went to the website. You went and saw the online form. Hey, these women boleh pakai or not? Really? Are they serious? Are they going to help us with our dream job? So you actually meticulously had a plan. All right, this is my roadmap for my life. So I'm going to come here and see if we can work things out together. And it's a two-way street because we can deliver certain things, but you got to work with us, right? So then we have the law of cause and effect. Some people call it the law of karma. Some people say, you know, Newton's third law, you know, everything has an equal and opposite reaction. So what is the law of cause and effect? For every effect in your life, there is a specific cause. And a lot of these causes are due to our thoughts, how we think, and how we think affects the conditions we live in. Then we have the law of belief. You know, a lot of people say, I believe there's going to be another May 13 in this country. There's going to be racial strife. The races are going to get out with parangs and knives and fight with each other. So if you keep believing like that, then you will really end up fighting one day, right? Because you program your mind to believe. But if you believe, no, Malaysia is now a very mature society. People are on social media. We are educated. We masra with our neighbors and friends. In this room, we have so many races, so many strangers. We didn't say, oh, I don't want to hang out with you because, you know, somebody said it's wrong to hang out with you. No, right? Nobody felt that way in this room. So that is fantastic because you don't believe the propaganda that some people like to put out there. So what is belief? Whatever you believe with feeling becomes your reality. Because beliefs have a link with our feelings. You know? And then when we believe something, sometimes we can have what we call blind spots, right? Because we didn't use what we know or what we think, but we just went with feeling. Okay, then the law of expectations. We all have expectations, right? When you went to university or college or school, whichever school you went to, you have expectations. You have outcomes that you envisage. But whatever you expect with confidence becomes what we call a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? Now, when we created this program, Seed Jobs for Life, and we had to bid for the competition and to win the grant from agency Inovasi Malaysia, if we didn't go in with confidence, we said, ayah, just try luck lah. If Soroptimist PJ Club gets or doesn't get, never mind, we just try. We don't get, never mind. But we went with expectation, we went with an outcome in mind. We went to pitch. Out of 269 NGOs, 25 only were selected for pitching. Out of 25, only 12 succeeded in getting grants, and we are one of 12 in the whole of Malaysia. So this project is one of 12 in the whole country, and no two projects are the same, by the way. The other 11 are totally different projects. Okay? So expectations play a critical role in your life. You have expectations from your parents, and if you're working, you have expectations from your bosses. If you've got a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, children, you have expectations from them too, right? And then at the end of the day, you have expectations from yourself, right? You also expect things for yourself and things to happen. So always expect the best. And, you know, Shireen has written bestseller books. You are what you believe, right, Shireen? So you are really, I'm a firm believer that, in fact, when I read Shireen's book, You Are What I Believe, everything that Shireen said in her book, I have experienced in my life. And I'm thinking, this girlfriend of mine, She really knows what she's talking about. I can't even wait to get her up on stage, so I'm not going to take too much time, but I have to do my bit because this is the orientation segment. But hey guys, when she's up here talking to you, everything is like, Malays will say mutiara, pearl, because she's a woman, I use pearl. It could be drops of divine nectar. So just listen to her, and she's got her latest book out there. Say no more. She's brilliant. So here we have it, the law of attraction. And that is Sharin and me. Right, Sharin? In 1992, when I left investment banking and decided to take the plunge and start my own business, my father thought I was mad. He's an engineer. He said, you are having a high 6-figure salary, driver, Mercedes-Benz car, with Tan Sri Azman Hashim on the executive floor of Arab Malaysia Merchant Bank, and what are you doing, giving up and going to start your own business? You're crack or what? And that time, how old was I? 32. Want to start own business, itchy. So okay, enough of banking. And then my husband, who's an entrepreneur, said, you must be mad. He said, I'm running my own engineering business, I'm employing 100 engineers and this and that, and I'm working every month so hard just to pay the salaries of 100 engineers, you must be nuts. So I said, no lah, I have to follow my passion, I want to come out and start my own business, right? And the first project, in fact, a couple of projects that we bid for were very big because we like to walk in big shoes. The first exercise that we tried to bid for was the listing of Tenaga Nasional Malaysia. You know, those days we were doing all these listing exercises, and I'm a corporate lawyer, right? I specialize in corporate stuff. What I didn't have was PR and communications training or the expertise, but what I had was legal and banking experience, and I know the business world. I know what investors need. So I found out there was this doyen of communications and expert in PR, and I went cold call on Sharin Kamaludin, and I said, Sharin, would you like to work with me on this thing? Let's get together and work together. Let's put proposals in for corporate exercises. You know what? Total strangers. But the first time we met, it was the law of attraction. We saw the synergy. We saw how we complement each other. Sure, I'm a lawyer with banking experience. I know nothing about PR and communications, but I know how to talk and I know how to communicate because lawyers, mestilah, huh? Okay? Otherwise cannot earn as a lawyer, right? But law and PR are different, no? PR is soft, it's marketing, you know, they're different art of communication. So there we are, this lady complimented me. And then we have remained friends. I went away to Canada. I've not seen this wonderful, amazing lady for years. But all it did was one little makan here in Wim, Tun Siti Hasma's function, you know, a launch of Tun Siti Hasma Lounge. Sharin and I hugged and rejoiced in rekindling our friendship after so many years. Next thing you know, one email, one phone call, can you be our keynote speaker? In a heartbeat, she said yes and came. Please give her a hand. This is the law of attraction, and you're going to hear a lot about it because now the law of attraction is one of the hottest selling training programs. Sheila Harikrishnan herself is an exponent in the law of attraction. She trains people in the healthcare line in the law of attraction. I think Kim Fong is working and living the law of attraction because everywhere she goes, she has mass following for her products and for her trainings. So these women must be having some magnet somewhere that attracts into their life the people and circumstances that are in harmony. So you are all vibration. How many of you did science in school? Physics? Science? Okay. You know that all our whole body is made up of atoms, right? Yes. Atoms, electrons, neutrons, whatever. You know, my science is rusty. I did Form 6 long ago, don't tell you when. But I'm a science stream fellow also lah, okay? So, we are all vibrational energies. And although we are all physically here with the beautiful outfits and everything, but we are all vibrating certain energy. You know, like how they say, I have good vibes about somebody. I feel the vibes when I talk to someone. You know, I sit next to somebody, I feel panas or I feel sejuk. Really, you know, some people, you go close to them, you start sweating, you know. Because kepanasan badan, no, so much of hangat-hangat energy, you know. And then some people, you go near them, you feel very chill, you know. Feel very chill. This is vibration. So that's the law of attraction. So we want to help you attract all the great things into your life. So this is what this program is all about, all right? And last but not least is the law of correspondence. What is the law of correspondence? It is your outer world is a mirror that reflects what's going on in your inner world. It is linked to the law of attraction. And you will see, you become what you think, they say. Change your thinking and change your life. That is the corresponding dynamic here. Okay? So let's go to the next one. Unlocking your potential. I'm going to go very fast through this one because this is something that people like Shireen and trainers after me are going to talk about. Life, as I said, this is just to sum up some of the 7 laws and the earlier thinkings. Life is 85% attitude. Everyone is looking for their self-ideal. What is your self-ideal? It is what you envisage as your ideal self. That means you at your 100% of best. What is self-image? It's the image how you see yourself. You know there are some people who have body image problems. They think that they are so gemuk, so they starve themselves to death and they become bulimic, anorexic because their body image says, I've got a big fat, you know what, or I'm too small here, or too whatever there, or I'm too dark, and then they pile on all these whitening products and whitening, you know, fair and lovely and everything, because they have no clue actually their skin color is something the Westerners are trying to get all the time and can't. You know, so they keep putihkan muka because they feel there's something not right. So that's your self-image. And then that comes with what we call self-esteem. Because self-esteem is to do with confidence, right? And how you see yourself. And I won't go into that because other trainers will deal with it. But what we want to walk you through these next 12 weeks is how to work your self-ideal. How to have the correct self-image. We will have a whole module on mind-body imaging, taking charge of your life, right? From grooming to dressing to etiquette. So at the end of the day, your self-ideal, your self-image, and your self-esteem are at what we call your optimum best. And it's realistic. We're not going to give you some fake, grandiose thing where you walk out here being nothing like your real self. We want to keep it real, folks. We will keep it real because we are real people and we'll keep it real. We will help you to eliminate your fears because you know what? There is such a thing called fear factor and they actually make TV series out of fear factor, don't they? A lot of things in life that we fail to achieve, a lot of the relationships that we fail to develop, or a lot of things that go wrong in our life are due to fear. What is fear after all? It is what is in our minds. So this is what we want to deal with. And then the other thing is eliminating destructive criticism. How often have you felt so bad because of something somebody carelessly said that destroyed you inside you? They may not even have meant half the things they said, but it's the way it came across, or maybe it's the way you felt it when they said it. Or sometimes in this day and age of text messages, you know, SMS and WhatsApp and all that, email, sometimes people ringkaskan everything. They just shorten something. So when a message is not properly constructed, and when it's a text message, it can be misinterpreted. So something that is just a statement of fact can be taken as an insult or a criticism. You know, and you can feel very, very, very rotten about it. So this is something that we want to take you through. Okay, so now, a lot of what you're going to be able to achieve through our programs will be to a large extent how you manage between what is consciously happening to you and what's going on in your subconscious. Because even as I'm talking to you, you might be already having some conversation going on in your head. You might be having some thoughts running at the back of your mind. A lot of it is conscious. You're consciously aware of what I'm saying to you, but subconsciously there's something also going on at the back. And Shireen will talk about how this thing works out. And we will also have other trainers who come to you with critical thinking skills, problem solving skills, dealing with stress, handling difficult situations. in all those components of your learning, there will be this balance between your conscious world and how you can tap your subconscious powerhouse, how you can develop concentration. Now, in the art of substitution, and I will go into this, over the next few weeks, sometimes there will be snippets when I'll come back and refresh in between the learnings with the different trainers. I will refresh you with some of these points that I want you to remember. And one of them, very important, is the art of substitution. A simple exercise in the art of substitution is our own image of ourselves, right? You can replace a negative situation or a negative view of yourself with a positive situation or a positive view of yourself. Do you believe that? By just changing from the negative to the positive, you can actually change the whole way you view a situation, and you can even diffuse your tension, your anger, and your fear. That means this is what a lot of people call blessing in disguise. Okay? Blessing in disguise. So, if you underwent a personal trauma, an illness, or something like, for me, for example, I fell down a few months ago. Now you're going to think this woman forever falls down, okay? I fell down a few months ago in my house, and I actually fractured at 2 points in this arm. And I'm actually left-handed, by birth. My mother used rotan, beat me, and made me learn to write and eat with the right hand, because Asians, it seems, it's bad luck to eat and whatever write with the left hand, I don't know. And now I found out that 20% of the world is left-handed, including Barack Obama and a lot of other brilliant people around the world. So I don't feel so bad being left-handed, It means that other part of my brain also developed. But because my mother beat my hand with rotan and made me learn to write and eat with the right hand, I'm now ambidextrous, which means right brain and left brain also develop. So am I confused, or am I very well put together? You think about it, all right? Could be a confused person. Anyways, so coming back to the art of substitution. When I had my arm in a cast and I was told that for 2 months I cannot use this hand which I've been using for X number of years, I won't tell you my age. So that means I'm frozen, right? I can only write and eat with this hand now, but everything else is with this hand, okay? So for the first time in 30 years of marriage, my husband was asked to enter the kitchen and help me to cut vegetables and help me to cook and stir the pot. And the art of substitution is dua orang kongsi masak, right? Rather than feeling sorry with myself or being miserable and everything, I reprogrammed the way I manage my life and everything. And then, and the other thing that helped me was my smartphone. Because I couldn't manage to type, because one hand I cannot type on my MacBook Pro, right? But then I realized, thank God for Samsung, finger can move, thumb can move, but this one cannot move. So that's it's a simple example, but it's just the attitude in life. Instead of being very angry and frustrated and miserable with my life and having painkillers and ice packs and what knows what, I just got on with it. So I chose to be happy, and I chose to be successful in whatever I do, and to hell with the limping leg and the broken arm and what else that my life has in store for me. I'm just not letting it hold me back. So here we are. We're not going to let you hold yourself back. We are going to get you going with Seed Jobs for Life, and this is your roadmap. You've all received the email. You all know the poster I gave. I attached a poster and sent you to you all an email, so you know pretty much what's ahead of you. But this is what you're going to get in cycle 1. Self-discovery begins from today. Personality and resilience will be next Saturday, together with assertive communication. Guys, you are getting award-winning expert trainers and coaches for whom we would have to pay thousands to attend their private programs run if it was corporate training. Guys, you're never going to get this kind of people again, ever, anywhere, unless your parents fork out thousands of dollars to listen to them. So don't miss next week when we have some expert lady who's an international trainer come next Saturday morning and help you to find your personality, help you to find out what kind of personality you are, what kind of communication styles you have, how you're going to succeed and communicate and get what you want out of life. Don't you all want to get that? Don't you all want to be effective communicators to get what you want? So there we are, we have that. And then the following week you have some experts in helping you to groom. So we're going to have dressing, grooming, body type, body image, health and fitness, social etiquette. Tomorrow you're going to have to entertain people if you're running your own business, or even if you're working for someone and you're in sales and marketing, or even if you're in a group situation, you want to be able to know how to manage workplace etiquette, social etiquette, dining etiquette. All that's going to be covered the following week. And then we also have some group activities. Has anybody seen Donald Trump's Apprentice show? Okay? You've seen Apprentice, where every week we have group activities where there's project manager. You have to appoint a project manager and you have to do projects. Well, by week 4, folks, you guys will be doing projects, which means at the end of week 3, you will be given assignments to go back and contact each other, and when you come back, you have to showcase a project. And we have goodies and prizes, and we have judges. So more will be revealed later, but it's going to be going into the apprentice mode already by then. All right? Okay, next. Cycle 2. Cycle 2 is from week 5 to week 8. You will have enforced learning skills, and this is what we call Empower for Life. The first one was education, Empower for Life. Critical thinking skills, problem-solving skills, working in teams. You know, teamwork is so important. Look at all the games you play that involve teamwork. 7-2-5, I heard Kavita say, okay? And more. And then, when you work in teams, and when we are doing assignments, like even the group assignments, like I said, apprentice style, some people will realize that they are natural-born leaders. Some people will find that they can become leaders. That means they are potential leaders. Some people will find that they love being foot soldiers and they just love being team players, and that's not wrong too, you know. Because every leader is only as good as their follower. Just imagine this Soroptimist Club of mine. Everybody here is a CEO. Everybody here is a business owner. And yet, we put our ego outside, no? Ego means I go away. No I, you know. There is no Dato Anusha in this room. There is no Kim Pong in this room. There is no Sheila in this room unless you wish to come and call us by that name. We are your sisters, your aunties, your cousins, your friends, your whatever. But, you know, we respect each other for who we are and what we can deliver, and we know that at the end of the day, we work as a team. So, like I said, every leader is as good as a team, and we will emphasize in all our training, developing you as a leader, but also developing you as a team player. That's why we will have individual exercises as well as group exercises. Next. Then we go on to other components like time management, because managing time is so critical. Dealing with stress and conflict. I've already said we've got an excellent speaker from IM4U coming to cover those. And then we have some fantastic speaker from the fund management industry who will come to help you manage your money. So we call it Mind Your Own Money. Not mind your own business and shut up, but mind your own money, because minding our own money is so uplifting, powerful and awesome. It is a nice feeling knowing that you can manage your own money and you can be responsible for your own money. And you know what? You're not depending on anybody. And you get to decide how you budget and plan. Then we get to the critical stage. Because by the time we have gone through all these things, you're pretty much ripe and ready to develop that winning resume, right? Some of you may be already holding some jobs now. There might be part-time jobs, internships or whatever. But you've always got something better that you're looking for. So we're going to help you to get there. By which time we should already know, you should know and we should know what your skills are, what your talents are, what your passion is, where you want to go in life. So we're going to help you to get that resume. And it's going to be personalized and individualized. Huh? So it's not going to be like, oh, one standard resume, all of you fill in the blanks. You know, I've heard of many courses going around Malaysia where people just give generic resumes. People even download from the internet ready-made resumes, copy, cut and paste and all. Hello, it doesn't work that way. We all are employers, we know. You gotta have something that in 5 seconds grab the attention of the reader that makes them read the rest of your resume. And that's what we're going to give you. Because if we as bosses of companies tak boleh percaya you punya resume, who is going to percaya your resume? We're going to make sure that if we will even want to employ you, if we are prepared to employ you, there is anybody else out there, jolly well better join the queue to employ you, okay? And can I also say that I'm already getting emails from people who want to employ. Kim Fong knows about it. Sharon, Sheila, you all know about it. We already have companies who are writing to us saying, if you find some great people in your participants, please send them our way. We got jobs. They're even mentioning salaries, package, everything. But I don't want to get your hopes up too high, so I want to see how you guys fare here. Then we will reveal in time to come. And that means getting you set for the dream job interview. So we're going to have sessions where we train you. You go into little cells with our team and you're going to rehearse. And you know what? The rehearsal is better done with us rather than go there and wing it, you know, in an interview, you know. So if you can rehearse with us and pass our apprentice, Donald Trump apprentice style judging, hey folks, anything can also lah, okay? So now, here we are. When we get to cycle 3, this is when we're actually looking at the entrepreneur seed in you. Remember we said seed. We plant the seeds, we put the fertilizer, we put the water, we give you the sunshine, and now your plant is growing, you're flowering, you're ready to have a buah, you know, something ready. You're ripe and ready. But then you suddenly realize, my God, I am so awesome. I have this awesome invention, this creation, this idea, this burning thing I want to do. Maybe I should start my own business. We give you that option too, you know, because self-employment is still something you can do. You know, I was seeing on the internet, there's a girl, 14 years old, she's running her own business in America and making millions. That's a subject for another day. But there are people that young running businesses, but they had something that everybody wanted, and they had the will and the passion to make it happen. So if you have that in you, we will still give you all the tools that will enable you. No pressure to start your business after you walk out the door on 2nd of May. No pressure at all. But in between April and May, when cycle 3 happens, and we have the business mentors and coaches here, we have the top entrepreneurs here, we have the potential employers here who could take you on under their wing and mentor you to start a business. And if you have that burning ambition, we are here to facilitate that process and help you to make it happen. And we will do it through business planning, budgeting, microfinance proposal, because no money means you can't start any business, right? Sendiri modal is only so much, but there are mechanisms to get grants and seed financing. So we will help you get there. Sales and marketing is important. However good your product is or your business idea is, if nobody wants to buy it, you're finished. So Kim Fong will tell you that because she's been running, right? So we have a lot of people in sales and marketing, they know. Creativity and innovation is what is going to keep you ahead of your competition. And that's what makes you different from the rest. Next. So here we are. We will bring you celebrity role models, successful entrepreneurs who will deal with topics like this. Am I an entrepreneur? Get you thinking whether you have the entrepreneurial mindset. How to make your first million and keep it. A lot of people make money, but they can't keep the money. So that's why I put in brackets. That was me, being funny. Actually, the best-selling author who's coming here is Lillian Tu. Have you all heard of Lillian Tu, the famous Lillian Tu? She's got a multi-million-dollar business in feng shui, from products to books to TV shows to everything. And one of her bestseller books is How to Make Your First Million. That book came out in the 1990s. So I just add that in brackets then, keep it, because we all know about how to get the money, but keeping it is the big trick. So then we look at apprenticeships and greenfield ventures. What are greenfield ventures? Apprenticeships, so when, let's say I bring here a top restaurant owner, he has a chain of restaurants. It could be Cha Time, it could be Old Town White Coffee, it could be Ben's, who owns all these upmarket restaurants. We've got quite a few people who are lined up to come and talk to you. And say you want to have your own restaurant one day, or catering business, or say you want to go into franchise cafe thing. So they will walk you through what it's all about. And if you don't want to be apprenticed to anybody, but you want to start something original on your own, that's called Greenfield Ventures. And we have people who also are Greenfield people, creators of businesses, and they will come and talk to you about that. And then we also have things called franchises, agency business, and what you call home-based business. Those will be explored by the entrepreneurs who come here, who have succeeded in them. And by the way, we're not coming here to give you all the rose-tinted, glorified stories. We'll also talk to you about failures. Because people say failure is the mother of success, so sometimes you need to fail in order to learn. So failure is a big learning experience too, and so people will come and talk to you about how they failed, why they failed, what they would have done differently if they could do it again, and where they want to go from here. And last but not least is internet-based businesses, because, hey folks, a lot of people are doing successful businesses on the internet, right? And from home. And you guys are very much into multimedia, you're into internet, so this is something you might be already thinking about, and we will bring you people who can talk to you about how you can get that going. Okay, now we're on to the last slide, which is actually something I want to leave at the end of the day, but I can come back to that. But it's basically how we will share and work together through the next 12 weeks. All right? We will be hoping and expecting that through your interactions in the next how many weeks that you will share with each other and with the team YouTube videos that you found very inspiring, very life-changing, any inspirational songs you'd like us to play, because before, in between and after training, it's nice to play some music. Life-changing movies that you'd like to share so that we can watch between one Saturday and the next, yeah? Any bestseller books that you've read that really you feel are uplifting, helpful, that are somehow related to our syllabus or where we want to get. Healthy lifestyles, that's important. Social causes, maybe you have a cause. You know what, today in this world we have something called social entrepreneurs. In fact, all of us in Soroptimist International are social entrepreneurs. We are business women and owners of businesses first, but we have causes. And like in this case, you are our cause. We want to help you to get your dream job and your dream business. So that is a cause. So if you have causes, sometimes causes can become a business too, like environment, right? Some of the richest people today in Malaysia are running what we call a recycling business. I just read in the papers, a big business booming after the floods in Kelantan and Pahang, God help us all, is recycling. Because so much of rubbish everywhere that these people are earning money in just salvaging all those things from the floods, right? Who knew in a disaster people can make so much money? Okay, so then we have our planet and our people, because we are a very socially responsible organization, Soroptimist International, so we would like you to always keep at the back of your mind how you as a human being, as a citizen of this country, can do something for your planet and your people. It could even, hey, be your dream job and your dream business, because environment is big business, right? Okay, and last but not least, social media buzz. If there's some way in which that we can all get together and promote this program and all your learnings through the social media, whether it's through IM4U or through Facebook or through Twitter or what, let's explore this in our relationship together. And folks, I leave you with our tagline, which is my last slide. Always remember, seed jobs for life. Our tagline when you come in here and when you go out, small steps, big impact. Every day, every learning, every minute together is a small step, but at the end of 12 weeks, you're ready to make your big impact. So I now close the orientation. Do I have any time for questions? I could probably take a couple of questions before I introduce and invite Shireen up here. Shireen, you all right with that? Does anybody have any questions from what I've briefed so far? Because we want you to stay with us for the entire cycles of training, the 3 cycles. If you have any concerns or questions about the next 12 weeks, you want to share it now, or I give you the chance, yeah, while I'm up here. I'll be here the whole of today anyways, and I will do a wrap up at the end. But if there are any initial questions, I would take them now while you remember them, you know, while I had all my slides up here. Just to clarify, yeah? Anything? Good to go? You think you're in the right place?
Yes.
You think you have made the right decision?
Yes.
Is this the right time?
Yes.
Right? Okay. Let's go then.
Yes.
Shireen, it's the right time, the right place, and you're the right lady to bring up next. Okay. So let me introduce this dynamic lady. Oh my goodness. She's my friend. I love this woman to pieces. She's a best-selling author of books. You Are What You Believe. Know Yourself. The Truth Will Set You Free. And that her book is out there. And she's got a third book coming up. Now Is All You've Got. And folks, you are so lucky because her presentation is about now is all you've got, which means you are the only human beings in the whole of Malaysia who actually are getting some of her secrets coming out even before her book is published. Alright, how privileged is that? A PR consultant, a corporate trainer, a public speaker, an award-winning, best-selling author. Shireen Kamaluddin, can we have you up here? Thank you.